Talk a little bit about defense, maybe some offense. I don't know how much he's going to break it down for us. Scott Graffam is the head basketball coach of the Oxford Hills Vikings. They're in action tonight against Lawrence. That game is happening tonight, right? That's not getting moved.
For sure, right?
This is 100% happening, right, Coach?
Well, the Fairfield will allow their buses to drive. It's Maine weather. They can't drive in any snow up there, apparently. So.
Well, there you go. That's what happened. Yeah.
But you didn't ask him about Oxford Hills at all. He's talking about Hamden. Right? Why not talk about Oxford Hill? I don't get it. What kind of interview are you?
Well, Graf, what we're trying to do is we're trying to, get a spotlight for around the state. Everybody knows about Oxford Hills. They know about Colton Carson and Chris St. Pierre, okay? They know about this stuff, but that's why we have you on, because they're not going to give me any information. I'm going to be like, hey, what did you see with Oxford Hills? They're going to be like, well, Colton Carson's a big kid. He could rebound, score down low. St. Pierre could really shoot. They're going to tell me all about it. Okay,
yeah,
they're going to give you the generalities.
Something like, they're not very well coached, and they're not disciplined. Something I could put up in the locker room.
But they're thinking that, so that's fine. We already know that. Let's talk a little bit about your squad and how they've started the year so far. And Colton Carson has played pretty well, but been a lot of folks on your team getting into the stat sheet. Let's talk a little bit about your team's journey thus far this year.
Well, we've had a tough opening. We played, arguably the two best teams in our league with Edward Little and Portland, and we took the ball over too much to defeat those two teams, and that's going to be an issue for us. Is turnovers. We can score, we can defend, but we don't take care of the ball very well at this point. So that's something that we have to address, and hopefully we have addressed it. We'll see tonight.
That's for sure. What do you guys do on a night where the game gets posted? Does that give you time to sneak in an extra practice last night?
Well, yeah, we had a practice. We seldom have practices canceled here. We're pretty hardy up here, but we had already prepared for Lawrence. So we took that time. We have to play Freiburg on Friday now, and it looks like they're going to change it to Thursday. So we used a little bit of that time yesterday to talk about Freiburg, which is really a no-no. But if we're not going to have a practice time in between, we needed to use it. But we had done our prep for Lawrence on Monday. So.
Well, why are they moving it to Thursday?
Yeah, the Freiburg game. There must be weather on Friday,
yeah,
right?
It's supposed to be snowing on Friday, so they're trying to be proactive.
Oh, okay. I guess. Well, thank you for breaking that news for me, because now I got to make sure I got people going to Freiburg tomorrow. So that's good. That'll.
Yeah.
We'll
it's not cast in stone yet, but that's what they're talking about right now. I know that.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll try to keep my people up to date on that, because
are you coming tonight?
I will be there tonight for a little bit. Aaron and Wayne will have the call. So yeah,
they'll know.
We'll know. So. All right. Good. That's good. We'll get those plans in place. Let's talk a little bit about your squad. Who are we going to be seeing on the floor for you guys tonight, and what are they going to be doing for you?
Well, Colton obviously is our go-to guy. Right now he's not been. No one's been able to guard him so far. So against Portland, they had to change their whole lineup in the second half to put someone on the floor that was fast enough to guard him. They couldn't play Trey Bello in the second half. Chris St. Pierre shot the ball fairly well. Spencer Strong is playing really, really well for us right now. Yannick Lusker is our best defender, and he's played really well. Jacob Ajay has started to really work hard in practice and showing it in games. Garrett Record, we'll wait for him to have a breakout game. We know how talented he is, so we're hoping that he can get some points on the board. We only 4 kids scored against EL, and that was an issue for us. Portland, it was better, but we're working hard. Trey Keniston is our other big kid. He's been sick off and on the whole preseason, so he's only played in 2 full games, and when he did play, he's played very well.
Which is always good when you get a big playing well.
Yeah.
Coach Graffam joins us now.
So you think that Edward Little and Portland seem to be everybody's favorites? Anybody else that you see on your schedule?
I think Wyndham is as good as either one of those teams. Now, Portland beat Wyndham, but I think part of that is just like us. You've got to beat them once before you can believe you can beat them, and I think that's part of Wyndham's problem right now, because I think talent-wise they're close to Portland. So I think those three teams are the best. And then you take Deering, Bangor, us, and Chevrolet, and I think you toss a coin at who's gonna be the best of those next four teams. So, but in the North, it's definitely Portland, Wyndham are above the right now anyway. We'll see what happens.
Scott Grafham's team will be in action tonight against the Lawrence Bulldogs. What do you know anything about them? I know we already know they're well coached. So
yeah. Jason does a great job. Jason broke my heart in 1990 when he hit a 3 against us in the state championship game. We were making a big run at him to end the comeback for us. But so I've held that against him and used it in every pregame speech that we play against his team. So to make it personal, but I like Jason a lot. He does a fantastic job. The Lawrence kids are tough kids. They're going to play with a lot of emotion. They're going to try to put a lot of pressure on us. And like I said, turnovers have been an issue for us. So it's going to come down to whether we can handle that pressure and score against it. We will defend. We do know that they have two very, very good scorers, and we'll see whether we can take care of those two scorers. Hamden obviously did, and I got a scout from them, so got some ideas. So whether our kids can execute or not, we'll see. I expect this to be a hotly contested game.
Scott Grafham is the head basketball coach for the Oxford Hills boys varsity basketball squad. They'll be in action tonight against Lawrence, 6:30 pregame on the Ox 96.9 AM 1450, right here on Sports Time Maine AM 780. And you can watch a video stream at MBRradio.com or subscribe to MBR Sport on YouTube. Be notified as soon as we go live. Coach, thank you very much, and we'll talk to you again real soon.
Okay, thanks, Mac.
Thank you, Scotty. Thank you. That's Scott Grafham. He is the head basketball coach for the Oxford Hills Vikings in action tonight against Lawrence. Again, for listening and watching options, go to MBRradio.com from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth.
Falmouth Orthopedic Center, Central Maine Orthopedics, OA Centers for Orthopedics, all play on the same team. Maine's top orthopedic practices have joined forces for more efficient and affordable orthopedic care. Introducing Spectrum Orthopedics.
Winter People Athletics creates custom athletic apparel, including team uniforms and spirit wear. They support team sports programs by offering a variety of clothing and other merchandise which can be personalized with team logos, player numbers, and names, and various other options. They can also provide innovative custom screen printing and embroidered apparel to create fun and engaging fan and booster items to sell for your team fundraising efforts. Call Steve Haynes, athletic apparel consultant, at 207-869-6019 or online at winterpeople.com.
Our goal here at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to raise your program or group the most amount of money possible in the shortest amount of time, hassle-free.
Over the last 3 years, we've been able to raise over $10,000 every year, which has really allowed us to get the extra stuff the kids really need to run a successful program.
One of our biggest goals at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to really develop a relationship on the ground with the coaches, the community, and the boosters that are involved, and help bring them together and understand how important it is to fundraise.
It's late on a dark and freezing night, and your lovable pet has been injured. Do you know what to do? If you're a client of Hometown Veterinary Care in Fairfield, the answer is only a phone call away. Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Townsend, here to speak to you about our 24-hour emergency care line. When you're a Hometown Vet client, you have access to us during an emergency by simply calling 453-PETS. When you make that call, our answering service will contact one of our on-call vets to reach out to you about the situation. We have always offered this because we know how much every second counts in an emergency, and we truly care about your animals as much as we do our own. Again, if you're a client of Hometown Veterinary Care and have an after-hours emergency, please call 453-PETS, and we'll do everything we can to help. Hometown Veterinary Care. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. To experience how much our staff cares, call 453-PETS or visit us online at yourhometownvet.com. Hometown Veterinary Care, Western Avenue in Fairfield, right next door to Anytime Fitness.
Certainly is. Jason Pellerin is the head basketball coach of the Lawrence Bulldogs. He joins us now. Coach, how you doing? Coach, you got me?
How you doing, guys?
Doing good. All right, we got you.
So you guys got the breaking weather report, huh?
We did get the breaking weather report. Yeah, Coach Graffam actually. Coach Graffam, I couldn't believe it. He actually sent me a text message. Like I couldn't. I almost fell over when Coach Graffam sent me a text message. I didn't even know he knew how to use technology. I'm pretty sure he's still using a flip phone. So I was.
Coach Graffam is very technologically advanced.
Yeah.
All right. So what is the weather report? We didn't. It's not doing anything here.
Just road stuff, I assume, right? For tonight, just some road issues.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Just some road issues for tonight, just in terms of
road issues. We are getting some snow. I think we're getting more snow than they originally anticipated, and of course, the freezing rain is supposed to hit at 2:00, which if you know anything about school districts, they hear those two words put together and things shut down.
Yeah, freezing rain's not really a big thing. So yeah, yes, good times. Coach, let's talk about your Lawrence Bulldogs squad. Start off the year 2-0, win against Coney, win against Messalonski. But then you ran into Hamden on Friday night. What makes Hamden Academy so special? I saw they dropped 99 on Camden recently, and the other night held you guys to 16 points. What are they doing up there in Bronco Country?
Well, I think there's three factors. Number one, Coach Bartlett is an excellent coach. He does his homework. He does a great job teaching the game. You can watch their guys play defense, and you know specifically they're being taught how to close out, what to do with their hands. You can tell by just watching them in film. It's literally like watching a textbook play out in front of you. Number two, they have really good players that are dedicated. They hit the weight room. They work on their game, and they're already usually pretty good. And the third one is, I don't know if there's something in the water up there, but they just have it clicking. They just seem year in and year out they're very solid. Well, they're above solid. They're excellent year in and year out.
Let's talk a little bit about your squad. Who are some of the names that we're going to be calling out tomorrow night against Oxford Hills as your squad heads down to take on the Vikings?
Well, I hope a whole bunch of names. Our point guard's Kobe Nato, and he kind of gets things going for us a little bit. He's a junior for us. I've got a shooter, Nick Robertson, that's had a couple good games for us, and we hope that continues. But we're kind of that typical Lawrence, kind of gritty gutty, scrap it out, do what we can do to, bring our level of toughness each and every night, and that's what we're going to try and do.
Do you have guys on your team that do a lot of dirty work, that do a lot of that Bulldogs sort of stuff, and don't get a lot of the credit that some of the other guys get, that you could speak to?
We got a guy, Gavin Heron. He's about 6'1". He's just a great kid to coach. Barely says anything other than yes, coach. Yes, coach. Gavin, go take a charge. Yes, coach. And he goes out and does it. And he's one of those guys that he hates for the fun of it. He just likes working. And I think I would call him a throwback. And he's just a joy to coach and just a great kid to have on the team. The kids all love him because they see how we're supposed to do things through him. So they get excited when he draws a charge or rips down a really strong rebound. And we've got a couple other guys that, from an energy standpoint, bring it really well for us. Logan Fortin is a 6'3" center for us, and just a great kid. Played middle linebacker, a tough kid. Does literally whatever we ask him to do, and has really come a long ways in these last 2 years. And then another guy would be Isaiah Schooler, just a hustler. He was the starting tailback on the football team. Really strong rebounder for us, and just active hands and making plays. So just another fun kid to coach.
Talking with the head basketball coach of the Lawrence Bulldogs right now. Coach,
Coach,
I'll stop hogging your microphone.
No,
here.
that's fine. Coach, this is Dave Wing. Any thoughts on who you're expecting the top teams in Northern AA to be this year? What?
Well, he's an A. So yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, remember? Yeah, Lawrence is an A. So you got that whole
I'm
thing
behind
going
the
on.
times. Sorry.
Yeah, you better catch it up on that.
We're about 450 students less than
there you go.
less than Oxford Hills. So when we travel down, which will be tomorrow night, same time as same game time as what was supposed to be tonight. The with regards to who's going to be top in Northern A right now, it's Hampden. I think Gardner's going to be right up there. They have great height, but of course Coney just beat them. But that's a rivalry game. You can almost throw that game out the window. You just never know. I think last year they were both decided within the last 10 seconds. Both games were. And Coney beat them this year by 5. But Gardner should be at the top, and I'll tell you, it's really wide open. I think this year is really exciting for everybody. Each team has a little bit of something different that they bring, and I could literally go right down the whole list of teams. I just watched Skowhegan play, and I thought they just looked really, really good, and they had just lost the buzzer beater to Erskine. Nokomis looked good. Messalonski's started off slow, but they're a good team, and obviously they have last year's championship, Northern A championship experience to fall back upon. It's just wide open. Madomic is extremely well coached. Brewer started off 2-0, and that's a complete surprise to most teams, and really a credit to Coach Goodwin up there. So it's just really wide open, and should be, with the exception of Hampden. Hampden is head and shoulders above. But other than that, it's wide open and should be a lot of fun this year, night in and night out, because you just don't know what to expect.
Jason Pellerin is the head basketball coach of the Lawrence Bulldogs. They will be in action Wednesday night against Oxford Hills. You can watch that game at MBRradio.com. You can hear it on 96.9 AM 1450 The Ox, or you can also hear it online at Sports Time Maine AM 780, or again, video and audio options for the internet at MBRradio.com. Coach, thanks for taking some time out today. I'll remember to unforward my phones next time so they're not going to a different building. And good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you very much. Thanks for your time, and thanks for what you do for Maine sports.
Thank you,
right,
Coach
take
Pellerin.
care.
Appreciate it. Thank you. That is Jason Pellerin. He is the head basketball coach of the Lawrence Bulldogs. They will be in action against Oxford Hills Wednesday night. Winter People Athletics creates custom athletic apparel, including team uniforms and spirit wear. They support team sports programs by offering a variety of clothing and other merchandise which can be personalized with team logos, player numbers, and names, and various other options. They can also provide innovative custom screen printing and embroidered apparel to create fun and engaging fan and booster items to sell for your team fundraising efforts. Call Steve Haynes, athletic apparel consultant, at 207-869-6019 or online at winterpeople.com.
Our goal here at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to raise your program or group the most amount of money possible in the shortest amount of time, hassle-free.
Over the last 3 years, we've been able to raise over $10,000 every year, which has really allowed us to get the extra stuff the kids really need to run a successful program.
One of our biggest goals at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to really develop a relationship on the ground with the coaches, the community, and the boosters that are involved, and help bring them together and understand how important it is to fundraise.
All aboard MBR.org, the place to get all your high school and amateur sports news and information. MBR.org is in high gear with Maine high school winter sports. Go to MBR.org to chat about your favorite team. Find the latest articles, travel news, and cancellations, or visit their all-new and very popular team pages. MBR.org has everything you want to know about high school and amateur sports in Maine. Coming in February, all the high school tournament action at your fingertips 24/7. It's high school sports heaven. All aboard MBR.org.
This is the MBR Game of the Week from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth.
find the video and audio streams at MBRradio.com. And on the radio side of things, it's the Hammond Lumber CMCC Game of the Week on 96.9 AM 1450, the Mighty Ox, and on Sports Time Maine, AM 780. Aaron Morse alongside the coach, Dave Wing, bringing you Oxford Hills versus Lawrence. KVAC boys basketball. Oxford Hills is Class AA, Lawrence Class A, but they're squaring off for the first time in a few years. Oxford Hills has won 2 in a row over Lawrence, last losing in 2012. They haven't played, though, since 2014-2015 season. And we are live at Oxford Hills High School. They are currently introducing the starting lineups for the home team, the Oxford Hills Vikings. Spencer Strong has been introduced. Chris St. Pierre, one of their top shooters, introduced as well, 6'3" senior. Colton Carson, you might know his name from football, where he was their quarterback. He's 6'5". They're one of their big men here for the Vikings. And also being introduced is Yannick Lutska, who was a punter a couple years back for the football team. And also being introduced for Oxford Hills is Treyu Kennison as well. He is 6'4", senior. So those are the 5 starters for the Vikings. We'll take a quick 30-second break for the Star Spangled Banner. This is high school basketball on MBRradio.com and 96.9 The Ox.
From the front office staff to the medical technicians and the doctors, we're all playing on the same team. Discover Spectrum Healthcare Partners and the power of integrated specialty care.
This is the MBR Game of the Week from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. Aaron Morse alongside the coach, Dave Wing. You can find the video and audio streams at MBRradio.com. And on the radio side of things, this is the Hammond Lumber CMCC Game of the Week on 96.9 and AM 1450, the Mighty Ox, and on Sports Time AM 780. SportsTimeMaine.com. Oxford Hills and Lawrence boys basketball. The Vikings 0-2 on the year, but they faced 2 very tough opponents in Everett Little and Portland. Meanwhile, Lawrence 2-1, coming off a tough loss to Hampden. So, Coach, what are your initial thoughts on this matchup?
Well, it's been one-sided up until recently, so I'm expecting Oxford Hills to have the better of this ball game. But, you never know in high school sports.
The tip was won by Lawrence, but Nick Robertson's shot is blocked, and here come the Vikings. It's Spencer Strong dribbling, and turnovers have been a problem for Oxford Hills, and they turn it over here. The steal by Kobe Nadeau with the steal for Lawrence, and now they're on the move. Lawrence in blue. Meanwhile, the Vikings in white with green trim on their uniforms. The Bulldogs with the ball.
Both teams playing great defense right now.
No score, just underway, 7:28 to go, first quarter in this one. It's Nadeau at the top of the key for the Bulldogs. On the drive, pass out in the corner for Robertson. That's a 3, front iron, no good. Rebound, Colton Carson, and here come the Vikings with Spencer Strong. Passing it back to Carson, top of the key. Right wing for St. Pierre. He's one of their better shooters. Now top of the key for Strong again. Strong is a 5'10" junior guard. Now top of the key, it's Yannick Lutska. Now back to Strong. Strong, a step back, long two from the wing. Back iron, no good. Offensive rebound. The putback is good for Kinnison. So Atreyu Kinnison, 6'4". The Vikings do have a height advantage over the Bulldogs with the putback. Lawrence doesn't have anyone over 6'3" in their lineup.
Yeah, I think they're planning on being pretty quick and playing good defense.
Tough drive to the hoop that time by Isaiah Schooler, and his shot denied. But then the pass deflected out of bounds. It will be Oxford Hill's ball. 6:33 to go, first quarter. The Vikings with an early 2-0 lead over the Bulldogs. Oxford Hill's looking for their first win of the year. As Strong will bring it up.
Good tight man-to-man, both ends of the floor.
They got it over to Lutska now in the corner for Carson on the drive. Colton Carson, bucket is good, score it, and the foul. Colton Carson, the chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. So first it was Kinnison at 6'4" with the putback bucket. Now the 6'5" Carson with a good take. And we have an early timeout and a quick 30-second break here on high school basketball on MBRradio.com and 96.9 The Ox.
Full Court Press is on your team. Full Court Press is more than just a coffee shop. Some of their print services include color copies, black and white copies, posters, bindings, calendars, cards, business cards, and every door direct mail. They're located at 855 Main Street in Westbrook. Call them today at 207-464-0002 or request an estimate, place an order, and much more on their website at fullcourtpress.biz. That's fullcourtpress.biz. When you need a copy shop to bring the heat, it's time to hire Full Court Press.
Colton Carson at the line, and the free throw is good, and he converts the old-fashioned three-point play for Oxford Hills, and they have a 5-0 lead over Lawrence here early in this one. This is the MBR Game of the Week from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. Find the video and audio streams at MBRradio.com. The corner three, too strong that time for Lawrence, and here comes Oxford Hills with an early 5-0 lead as Kinnison's pass deflected and stolen by Schooler. And so the Bulldogs turn over the Vikings. On the radio side of things, this is the Hammond Lumber and CMCC Game of the Week on 96.9 AM 1450. The Mighty Ox. This pass again stolen. This time it's Carson with the steal for Oxford Hills. St. Pierre ahead.
Defense has been terrific.
Now Lutska to Carson at the elbow on the drive. Nice pass. The layup good for Kinnison. Early on, Coach, it's all about that height for Oxford Hills.
Yeah, they're really good down low, and they've moved the ball. Both big men passed the ball very well.
Ballard on the drive for the Bulldogs. They get it in the corner now for Gavin Herron into the game. Now ball on the deck, recovered by the Bulldogs. That's a three, and it rattles home for Nick Robertson, a 5'9" junior,
He used
knocking
all
it
the
down.
rim on that one, didn't he?
Yeah, for sure, as Lutska dribbles for the Vikings, who have a 7-3 lead, 4:57 to go in the first quarter. Long two is up from Strong, no good. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be Oxford Hills basketball. 4:53 to go, first quarter. Vikings 7, Bulldogs 3. Kinnison has 4 for Oxford Hills. Carson has 3. Strong, the inbounds pass to St. Pierre, who lays it in. Easy bucket for the senior, Chris St. Pierre. It's a 9-3 lead for the Vikings. Little full-court press now as Nadeau is pressured in the backcourt. Kobe Nadeau pushes it across to the left wing for Herron. His shot in the lane bounces off the back iron, no good. Loose ball fight in the corner for it. Carson with the save. And then he slings it over to Strong. Now right wing for St. Pierre. Back to Colton Carson in the right wing. Kicks it outside, Lutska, long two, good. Yannick Lutska knocking it down, and Oxford Hills with an early 11-3 lead.
Yeah, boy, they moved the ball well. They're looking for the open man. They've looked very sharp.
Robertson to bring it up for the Bulldogs, left wing for Ballard. Ballard, nice pass down low in the paint for Schooler. Outside corner three is up and in for Gavin Herron, knocking it down. It's 11-6. Couple threes early for the Bulldogs. That's what they're known for.
Boy, threes make a difference in these games, don't they?
Absolutely. Lutska over the right wing for St. Pierre. He'll fire his own three. Little good contested play there by Schooler, and the shot's no good. Here come the Bulldogs. Schooler splits two Vikings defenders all the way. The hoop lays it in. Isaiah Schooler, a 5'10"
junior guard with a good take.
Real good football player also. Their number one tailback.
He showed his ability to run through traffic right there. 11-8 Vikings on top, 3:22 to go first quarter. It's Strong handling. Top of the key, he gets it over to Kennison. He'll drive the hoop, and Kennison, no call. The shot, no good. Carson's putback rolls off the rim, and a good rebound that time by Gavin Herron, and then a foul. Going to be whistled against the Vikings. 3:10 to go first quarter.
A little physical under the basket, and not much of a call there.
11-8 is the early lead for Oxford Hills. A couple big threes have kept the Bulldogs in it so far. They are on a little bit of a 5-0 run here, as checking in for the Vikings is Will Dietrich, a 6-foot junior.
A little press all over the court now.
As they get it into Schooler, he'll get it back to Nick Robertson, the junior, pushes it across the half-court line. Only one senior on this Bulldog team, that's Braden Ballard. One of their key players. As Herron, the pass intercepted by Carson. Colton Carson on the move. Nice bounce pass. They get it down low, and an offensive foul against the Vikings. Will Dietrich, his pass was going out of bounds anyway. It'll be Lawrence basketball. 2:50 to go first quarter.
Yeah, that's the first little reckless play that we've seen by Oxford Hills. They've been very much under control. Excellent passing. I like Coach Graffam. He's going to get all his guys out, get them a quick drink of water, catch a breath, and then get them back in.
2:50 to go first quarter. 11-8 Vikings. Good outlet pass. They get to Schooler. His layup short. Battle for the rebound and a tie-up. Possession arrow favoring the Vikings, so they'll get the ball back with 2:44 to go first quarter, up 11-8.
They really had a 2-on-1. I think if he'd laid it over to his partner there, he would have had an easy layup. But
Strong gets it over to St. Pierre, who will bring it across the timeline. St. Pierre now on the drive. He has a hard time with it, but Strong able to recover the loose ball near the top of the key. Strong hands it off now for his teammate. That's Garrett Record. And Record on the drive. His shot is short. Carson, the offensive rebound, put back, rolls off the rim. And Carson gets his own board, and then his pass is stolen, and we have a foul on the Vikings, so it's going to go to Lawrence with 2:17 to go.
Another offensive foul. That's the second one.
First quarter, it's 11-8. Vikings on top by 3, but the Bulldogs not backing down early in this one. Inbounds pass to Herron. He gets it over now to Nadeau. Nadeau being guarded by Strong. Nadeau on the drive, and a foul. That's going to go against Strong. So Lawrence basketball with 2:02 to go. As checking in is Nick Pomerleau here in the first quarter.
For a team that's undersized, I'll tell you what, they play great defense, and their offense a little scattered, but I think they've done enough to make it work.
They get it in now, and it's Herron handling, top of the key. Bounce pass right wing for Robertson. He'll hand it off to Nadeau. A deep three is short. Rebound, St. Pierre. Outlet to Record on the drive. Nice pass, but the layup no good from Strong. Offensive rebound for Record. Outside St. Pierre, left wing three. Got knocked down. Score it, and the foul on the three for Chris St. Pierre. A chance for a 4-point play.
Dagger right in the heart. He looked it right through, even though he knew he was going to get fouled.
14-8 the score. Vikings on top. Just over 1:40 to go here in the first quarter. And St. Pierre to the line for one. The senior, as Carson will check out and Kennison checks back in. Those two guys, Kennison and Carson, really provide a big height advantage for the Vikings. St. Pierre, no slouch at 6'3" in the height department. The free throw is good. So the Vikings up by 7 now in the first quarter, 15-8. As both teams subbing rapidly now. James Doucette comes in to give St. Pierre a breather for the Vikings. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs with the basketball, and the inbounds goes to Adam Dupree just in. He gets it over now to Nadeau. Nadeau brings it up the court, guarded, and then he bounce passes it down to the block. They get it outside in the corner for Robertson. He loses the dribble, and it's stolen by Kennison in the paint. So here come the Vikings. It's Strong on the drive. All the way the hoop, lays it in. Nice take by Spencer Strong, the junior guard, and it's 17-8 Vikings. A minute 12 to go first quarter.
Well, Oxford Hills can shoot from the outside and they can take it to the hole, both.
Pomerleau with it, almost turned it over, and now the ball on the deck, recovered by the Bulldogs. The pass down low, they go in the block, outside, top of the key for three. Front iron, no good. Loose ball. Kennison almost had it, and then a foul. The three was taken by Pomerleau. He came up empty, and a foul goes against the Bulldogs. Viking basketball with 54.8 seconds to go first quarter, leading 17-8.
When we talked to Coach Graffin today, he said, we will defend. He wasn't kidding, was he? Both teams defending very well.
Yannick Lutzka back in for the Vikings. Both teams also subbing a lot here in the first quarter. Record will bring it across the timeline for the Vikings. Off the screen from Kennison. Hands it in the corner now. It's Doucette. Doucette top of the key for Dietrich. Back to Doucette in the corner for three. Too Strong. Offensive rebound. Grabbed by Dietrich. He gets it outside to Lutzka. Now left wing for Record. Record. In the corner they go for Doucette. Fires it over to Lutzka, top of the key. Lutzka has it knocked away out of bounds. Last touch by the Bulldogs. It'll be Viking basketball.
Oh, I thought he tried to dribble it again. That was weird.
25.8 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Lawrence coach Belron didn't like that call much.
Well, it took a moment for the call to happen. They inbound to Kennison in the block. Kennison using that height in the lane. Shot won't go. The follow by Dietrich, no good. Lutzka grabs the rebound. Outside now for Doucette. 17 seconds to go first quarter. It's Dietrich in the corner on the baseline. Good defense by the Bulldogs, and now that pass deflected but recovered by Record. They've got 7 seconds to work with. Lutzka top of the key now with 5. Lutzka on the drive. Outside for Doucette. Has a hard time handling. 2 seconds. They're not going to get a shot off. Desperation heave. Almost went in from Record, but deep from the left wing won't go. And the first quarter comes to an end with the Vikings up by a score of 17-8. We'll take a short break here on MBRradio.com and 96.9 The Ox. This is high school basketball.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal. We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who will get the IRS off your back.
We saved our home and overcame the most powerful collection agency in the world.
Call Tax Solutions now. Time is running out. Call 800-399-4661. 800-399-4661. 800-399-4661.
This is the MBR Game of the Week from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. Find the video and audio streams on MBRradio.com. Well, we're already 10 seconds into the second quarter. 17-8 the score. Oxford Hills on top of Lawrence. 7:50 to go in the half, and Lawrence with the basketball. In the corner now, they get it for Pomerleau, and his pass intercepted by St. Pierre. Ahead now for Lutzka. Lutzka being pressured in the paint, and they turn it over. The steal this time by Fortin, and here come the Bulldogs.
Both teams get their hands in on the ball a lot.
Driving is Schooler. Outside they go now for Pomerleau. That's a three from the right wing. Won't go. Loose ball recovered by the Vikings. It's Strong on the move all the way to the hoop. His shot is blocked by Martin Hasey. Dylan Martin Hasey into the game for Lawrence. A sophomore at 6'2".
Kicked out of bounds by Oxford Hills.
Yep, so it'll be Lawrence basketball after the shot block. Impressive. A little more height, a younger guy there. But a good shot block by Martin Hasey, 6'2" sophomore. And now it's Lawrence basketball, trailing 17-8. Here come the Bulldogs. Martin Hasey tried to hand it off, but it's knocked away by Lutzka, and then a foul at half court.
Seems like we had really crisp passing, good defense in the first quarter. Now the start of the second quarter has been a little ragged here.
Yeah, no one has scored yet in the second quarter.
No,
Still 17-8 Vikings.
Back and forth and a lot of nothing.
Less than a minute in, though. Lutska will inbounds. It's Lutska, Carson, Strong, St. Pierre on the court for Oxford Hills, as well as, I believe Dietrich is in, yep. All right, the inbounds goes to St. Pierre. Left wing for Colton Carson. Carson on the drive. Outside now for Strong on the baseline. He'll drive into the paint, into the lane, lays it up and in. Another nice take by Spencer Strong. So it's 19-8 Vikings, 6:58 to go in the half.
Boy, going well to the hole. They try to draw the foul. They're really aggressive towards the basket.
Braden Ballard, the lone senior on this Lawrence team, gets it over to Neto, and now they get it into the paint for Neto, pardon me. Now they get it in the paint and they get it back outside for Heron. Neto, that was Schooler who turns it over, and it's stolen by Strong. Strong now drives to the hoop, lays it up, won't go. Offensive rebound, Colton Carson. Outside, St. Pierre, three. Rims off, and the rebound grabbed by Ballard.
You know, that's the second time somebody slipped over there by the Oxford Hills bench. I wonder if there's a little bit of a wet place where maybe somebody drank some water or something.
Left wing now for Robertson. Robertson will take into the paint. His pass knocked away and stolen by Dietrich. Here comes St. Pierre. Fancy layup won't go. Offensive rebound, putback good. Yannick Lutska with the putback. 21-8. Vikings taking command. Timeout. A full timeout being taken by the Bulldogs. We'll take this short break. This is high school basketball on MBRradio.com and 96.9 The Ox.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has answered your calls 24/7, 365 days per year. Call now and talk to someone who cares. Get connected with programs for teens, men, women, LGBT, vets, or faith-based. Call 800-646-1166. 800-646-1166. Most insurance covers substance abuse, and you may have zero out-of-pocket costs. Call now for a free assessment. Find treatment that fits you or your loved one best, including teens and faith-based options that use proven gentle recovery techniques. You can get back on track. Call 800-646-1166. 800-646-1166. 800-646-1166.
This is the MBR Game of the Week from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. Find the video and audio streams at MBRradio.com. Lawrence basketball right now. 5:47 to go. Second quarter, trailing 21-8. And a foul, and it's going the other way.
Threw his arm out, I think, when he was dribbling to clear some space, and they called him on it.
Yes, they did. If you're listening on the radio, this is the Hammond Lumber and CMCC Game of the Week on 96.9 AM 1450, the Mighty Ox, and on Sports Time AM 780. The Vikings turn it over, and here come the Bulldogs on the move, driving up. That shot is good, and the foul on the layup. Nice take that time by Neto, Kobe Neto, and I apologize for mispronouncing his name earlier. Neto with a nice take, the junior 5'11" guard, driving to the hoop, laying it in, and the bucket counts, 21-10.
You know, their offense has been a little scattered, but, you know, they're pretty aggressive, and I think the difference is going to be whether they can break this Oxford Hills defense.
Free throw's good. So it's a 10-point game now. Vikings up 21-11. 5:30 to go in the second quarter. Right wing for St. Pierre. St. Pierre now top of the key. That was Carson. Gets it over to Dietrich. Now it's Spencer Strong, left wing for St. Pierre. The pass over to Carson, top of the key. Long two for Colton Carson is short, and the rebound grabbed by Heron. Here come the Bulldogs, trailing 21-11 with 5:04 to go in the half. On the drive, it's Neto, and he almost turned it over, but gets it outside now for Robertson. That's a three. Won't go. Off the rim. Ball deflects out of bounds. Last touch by Oxford Hill. St. Pierre couldn't quite grab it.
Again, I think so far Lawrence offense seems a little bit by accident. You know, I think I haven't seen them being as polished as Oxford Hills. And they might be better off to slow it down a little bit and see if they could make Oxford Hills play defense longer.
They get it over the corner now for Ballard. His cross-court pass caught by Robertson. He'll fire a three, and he'll knock it down. Nick Robertson, the junior, knocks down the three. It's 21-14 Vikings.
Well, you know, he shot a couple that he missed, but hit that one. Nothing but net.
Strong hands it off to Carson at the free throw line. Carson kicks it outside. Baseline jumper is good that time for Hunter Labassiere, a senior. Knocking it down for the Vikings. Just into the game. 23-14 Oxford Hills. It's Neto in the corner now for Ballard for three. Back iron, no. Colton Carson the rebound. Carson on the move. Carson into the paint. Runner in the lane. Won't go. Gets his own rebound. Put back won't go. Rolls off the rim. Ballard the board, and he's fouled. Strong rebound that time by Braden Ballard, the lone senior on the Bulldogs.
You know, for a big man, boy, he really can move, and he handles the ball very well for a guy 6'5".
Lawrence started the year by beating Coney by 8. They beat Messalonsky by 5, but then they lost 52-16 to Hamden.
Yeah,
obviously a strong program.
We asked the coach about that during the interview, and he pretty much said Hamden's really good, and we just didn't play well. That's an understatement, I think.
Meanwhile, the Vikings started the year with a 7-point loss to Edward Little, and they lost by 16 to a very good Portland team. Those are
two best teams in their division, probably.
Really good, yeah. So
two of the better teams, anyway.
Ballard to the line, and the free throw is good. So these are both, as we mentioned before, KVAC teams. However, Oxford Hills is Class AA, and Lawrence is Class A. But a good test.
Used to all be A, but as we know, the population is moving south.
Mm-hmm. Ballard's free throw won't go. Strong rebound by Jacob Ajayi, and he turns it over. And now a long two is up from the left wing for Neto. No good. Battle for the ball, secured by Schooler. Schooler gets fouled. Or did he?
Stepped out of bounds.
Oh, he stepped out of bounds. Okay, the whistle was indicating he went out of bounds. So Schooler turns it over. Viking ball. 3:48 to go in the half. Oxford Hills up 23-15. They turn it over, though, on the inbounds pass. How about that? A steal by Robertson. And then Robertson does get fouled.
I'll tell you, we said Lawrence isn't very big, but boy, are they quick. Both teams are excellent at shutting down the passing lanes and getting a hand on the ball. This has been a terrific clinic on playing defense. Both teams.
Robertson to the line. He'll get a 1-and-1 opportunity. That's the 8th team foul. Front end is no good. Rebound secured by Ajayi for Oxford Hills. He gets it over to Carson. And Carson will push it across the timeline to St. Pierre. He'll fire a three from deep. Front iron won't go. Offensive rebound. Nice feed to St. Pierre, but he misses the layup. Gets his own rebound. Now he's in the corner. His pass to Ajayi. Knocked away. It's a scrum for the ball. And it's finally picked up by Heron for Lawrence. And now here comes Schooler with it for the Bulldogs. Thought about the deep three there was Neto. Now going to get over to Ballard. Ballard on the drive into the paint, kicks it outside. And now they get it back to Neto. They pass it around the perimeter for Schooler left wing. Schooler on the drive. His pass deflected out of bounds with 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. It'll still be Lawrence ball.
One of the things I've noticed has changed. Kids are not afraid to throw it up, are they?
No.
Used to be wait for a better shot. No, not anymore. Boy, let her rip.
23-15, Vikings lead, but the Bulldogs have the ball with 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. The inbounds pass intended for Ballard, unable to handle it out of bounds. Vikings basketball.
Kind of a line drive right at his feet. Not much of a chance there. E6.
So turnovers have been an issue for both teams early. I don't know if you want to credit the defense or not, but there have been turnovers on both sides, and plenty of them.
A lot of them.
Here comes Record to bring it up for Oxford Hills. He has it poked away out of bounds. That'll still be Vikings basketball,
Again, in his interview, Coach Graffam said, we turn the ball over way too much. And, boy, he's right. We've seen that, and so does Lawrence.
2:52 to go in the half. They get it in now for Lutska. Strong off the screen in the corner for three. Won't go. Ajayi the rebound for the Vikings. Hands it off to Record. Record on the drive. bounce pass to Lutska, and now they go top of the key for Strong. Strong to Lutska in the corner. Lutska double teamed, almost knocked away, recovers, able to dribble, lays it up, won't go. Rebound secured by Strong. His pass, though, ripped away by Lawrence, and here comes the Bulldogs. It's Robertson with it.
Well, I thought that was double dribble.
I thought so too, but it must have been touched by someone. Neto with it. Neto will drive baseline. Runner, that's too strong. That's a tough shot. And Colton Carson pulls down the rebound. 2:05 to go, second quarter. Vikings lead 23-15. And they want a quick 30-second timeout. We'll take it here as well. This is high school basketball on MBRradio.com and 96.9 The Ox.
It's late on a dark and freezing night, and your lovable pet has been injured. Do you know what to do? If you're a client of Hometown Veterinary Care in Fairfield, the answer is only a phone call away. Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Townsend, here to speak to you about our 24-hour emergency care line. When you're a Hometown Vet client, you have access to us during an emergency by simply calling 453-PETS. When you make that call, our answering service will contact one of our on-call vets to reach out to you about the situation. We have always offered this because we know how much every second counts in an emergency, and we truly care about your animals as much as we do our own. Again, if you're a client of Hometown Veterinary Care and have an after-hours emergency, please call 453-PETS, and we'll do everything we can to help. Hometown Veterinary Care. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. To experience how much our staff cares, call 453-PETS or visit us online at yourhometownvet.com. Hometown Veterinary Care, Western Avenue in Fairfield, right next door to Anytime Fitness.
This is MBR's production of Oxford Hills and Lawrence, and that's a layup, and it's good for Yannick Lutska for the Vikings out of the timeout. So they extend their lead to 10. We're live from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. Find the video and audio streams at MBRradio.com.
Yeah, they've led from the beginning. It's been as much as 11 and then somewhere in between.
Fortin with it over to Heron. Heron with it, top of the key, right wing now for Schooler. 1:13 to go here, first half. Schooler on the drive. Nice pass, down low, bucket's good, and the foul. Logan Fortin, 6'3" junior. He's one of the tallest guys they've got. Him and Braden Ballard, both 6'3". That's as tall as they get, and he gets a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play with 1:08 to go, first half. 25-17, Vikings with the lead, but a free throw coming up here for Fortin. Fortin, the free throw is in. 25-18 the score. Oxford Hills up by 7. St. Pierre will bring it across the timeline. He'll hand it off for Strong, who's had a good game so far. Strong, nice bounce pass to Carson. Rambles through the lane, shot won't go, gets the deflection out to Strong. Strong will drive into the paint. His shot is in, but the question is this an offensive or a defensive foul? And the referees want to talk it over. They know it's a foul on somebody. Who is it, though? Offensive foul, Lawrence basketball with 50 seconds to go. No basket there. 25-18, Vikings still lead second quarter.
You know, that's one of those ones could have gone either way. He did leave his feet. He's got to have room to come down, but looks to me like it probably was the correct call.
Isaiah Schooler will bring it across the timeline. Now he gets it over in the corner. That's a three for Heron. It won't go. Rebound secured by Record. He'll get it over for St. Pierre. And St. Pierre will slow things down.
Going to hold for one, I think.
They've got 25 seconds to work with. It's Carson at the elbow for Oxford Hills. Outside for Lutska. Now St. Pierre with 18 seconds. It's Strong. Nice bounce pass. Lutska lays it up and in. Good vision that time. And the Vikings go up 27-18. 9 seconds to go. Here come the Bulldogs trying to respond. That pass, though, intercepted on the baseline by St. Pierre. He stepped out of bounds. Lawrence ball with 4.7 seconds remaining in the half, trailing 27-18. And now Lawrence will inbounds. Isaiah Schooler gets it in now for Robertson with 3 seconds. Robertson in with 2. Now right wing the 3 at the buzzer. It won't go. So close from Neto, but it does not find the bottom of the net. And at halftime, the Vikings hold a 27-18 lead over the Bulldogs. And Coach, before we go to the halftime break, just want your thoughts on this first half. Obviously a very fast-paced game. Both teams really like to try to push the pace, leads to some turnovers, but pretty entertaining.
Yeah, I was really impressed with the defensive pressure by both teams. They get in the passing lanes. They get their hand on the ball. Everybody goes to the hole on offense, and everybody rebounds. Very well-rounded teams. The key will be, can Lawrence mount any kind of an attack to get inside that Oxford Hills defense? Coach Graffin told us during his interview that he would they'd play some defense. He said, we will defend, and he was right. Lawrence looks, they've taken some so-so shots. I think that sometimes, they really look to move the ball and get a shot off very quickly. Sometimes you can wear the other team down by making them play defense longer. Pass it around, move it, cut, and they have to work really hard to play defense. So we'll see what the second half brings. But like you say, very entertaining first half.
27-18 the score here at halftime. And we will take a break for the halftime. And don't you worry, we'll be back for the third quarter of action. This is high school basketball on MBRradio.com at 96.9 The Ox.
From the front office staff to the medical technicians and the doctors, we're all playing on the same team. Discover Spectrum Healthcare Partners and the power of integrated specialty care.
Winter People Athletics creates custom athletic apparel, including team uniforms and spirit wear. They support team sports programs by offering a variety of clothing and other merchandise which can be personalized with team logos, player numbers, and names, and various other options. They can also provide innovative custom screen printing and embroidered apparel to create fun and engaging fan and booster items to sell for your team fundraising efforts. Call Steve Haynes, Athletic Apparel Consultant, at 207-869-6019 or online at winterpeople.com.
Our goal here at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to raise your program or group the most amount of money possible in the shortest amount of time, hassle-free.
Over the last 3 years, we've been able to raise over $10,000 every year, which has really allowed us to get the extra stuff the kids really need to run a successful program.
One of our biggest goals at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to really develop a relationship on the ground with the coaches, the community, and the boosters that are involved, and help bring them together and understand how important it is to fundraise.
All aboard MBR.org, the place to get all your high school and amateur sports news and information. MBR.org is in high gear with Maine high school winter sports. Go to MBR.org to chat about your favorite team. Find the latest articles, travel news, and cancellations. Or visit their all-new and very popular team pages. MBR.org has everything you want to know about high school and amateur sports in Maine. Coming in February, all the high school tournament action at your fingertips 24/7. It's high school sports heaven. All aboard MBR.org.
Full Court Press is on your team. Full Court Press is more than just a coffee shop. Some of their print services include color copies, black and white copies, posters, bindings, calendars, cards, business cards, and every door direct mail. They're located at 855 Main Street in Westbrook. Call them today at 207-464-0002 or request an estimate, place an order, and much more on their website at fullcourtpress.biz. That's fullcourtpress.biz. When you need a copy shop to bring the heat, it's time to hire Full Court Press.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal. We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who will get the IRS off your back.
We saved our home and overcame the most powerful collection agency in the world.
Call Tax Solutions now. Time is running out. Call 800-399-4661. 800-399-4661. 800-399-4661.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has answered your calls 24/7, 365 days per year. Call now and talk to someone who cares. Get connected with programs for teens, men, women, LGBT, vets, or faith-based. Call 800-646-1166. 800-646-1166. Most insurance covers substance abuse, and you may have zero out-of-pocket costs. Call now for a free assessment. Find treatment that fits you or your loved one best, including teens and faith-based options that use proven gentle recovery techniques. You can get back on track. Call 800-646-1166. 800-646-1166. 800-646-1166.
It's late on a dark and freezing night, and your lovable pet has been injured. Do you know what to do? If you're a client of Hometown Veterinary Care in Fairfield, the answer is only a phone call away. Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Townsend, here to speak to you about our 24-hour emergency care line. When you're a Hometown Vet client, you have access to us during an emergency by simply calling 453-PETS. When you make that call, our answering service will contact one of our on-call vets to reach out to you about the situation. We have always offered this because we know how much every second counts in an emergency, and we truly care about your animals as much as we do our own. Again, if you're a client of Hometown Veterinary Care and have an after-hours emergency, please call 453-PETS, and we'll do everything we can to help. Hometown Veterinary Care. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. To experience how much our staff cares, call 453-PETS or visit us online at yourhometownvet.com. Hometown Veterinary Care, Western Avenue in Fairfield, right next door to Anytime Fitness.
From the front office staff to the medical technicians and the doctors, we're all playing on the same team. Discover Spectrum Healthcare Partners and the power of integrated specialty care.
This is the MBR Game of the Week from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. Find the video and audio streams at mbrradio.com. And on the radio side of things, it's the Hammond Lumber and CMCC Game of the Week on 96.9 AM 1450, the Mighty Ox, and on Sports Time AM 780. Aaron Morse alongside the coach, Dave Wing, talking about Oxford Hills and Lawrence here at halftime. The score, Vikings 27, Lawrence 18 here in boys basketball action. The Vikings looking for their first win of the year, and so far, so good mostly.
Yeah, I think they've looked very solid, both ends of the floor. I think that they certainly could afford maybe a little bit more offense. 27 points. I mean, they did a good job to hold Lawrence to 18, but I'm sure they'd Coach Graffin would like to have more than 27 points at halftime. But I think as things go, he'll probably take that because it puts them in the lead.
All right, third quarter underway here at Oxford Hills. Chris St. Pierre with the ball. He'll get it over left wing for Yannick Lutzka. That three is up front iron, no good. Colton Carson got the offensive rebound, had it knocked away, gets it back. Now St. Pierre gets it in the right wing on a nice pass from Lutzka. His shot, though, won't go. Offensive rebound, St. Pierre. Shot from the free throw line. Rolls up and in. So Chris St. Pierre, certainly not afraid to shoot. Gets the bucket on the second chance. 29-18 Oxford Hills. And here come the Bulldogs. On the other end, Schooler draws the foul.
Good follow. Good follow on his shot.
Yeah, by St. Pierre on the Viking side. But then Isaiah Schooler, you mentioned he's their star running back in football. Nice take that time by the junior guard. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line for 2 free throws.
That's the second on Carson.
So Schooler at the line. First free throw. Won't go. In and out. Just over 7:30 to go in the third quarter. 29-18 Vikings. Schooler, his second free throw. That one rolls off the rim as well. Defensive rebound, pardon me, Colton Carson, he gets fouled. So it'll be Oxford Hills ball. Still up by 11. Lutzka will inbounds for the Vikings. Looking for some options, gets it in for Colton Carson. Carson will bring it across the timeline. Right wing for St. Pierre. Top of the key now, Strong. At the elbow, it's Colton Carson on the drive. Carson to the hoop, and he lays it in. Trying to draw the foul that time was Gavin Herons. He took a seat on the ground, but no whistle.
No, nothing doing.
And here come the Bulldogs. Robertson gets it over to Schooler. Schooler will drive on Strong, but he carried it. So a turnover there with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. It's 31-18, Vikings on top.
I can see how they had trouble scoring more points against Hamden, though. Good defense has held them in check.
St. Pierre over to Carson in the left wing. Carson on the drive, the feed down low. Shot won't go. Carson gets it back. His shot off the front iron, no. Roll around the rim, I should say, and off. Lutzka got it. St. Pierre wide open three, right wing. No good. Rebound, Gavin Herron. Keniston had a good look in the paint, just wouldn't fall. And then Carson got it, and they could not convert. On the other end, a wide open look for three. Back iron from Herron. Now a fight for the rebound, and it'll remain Lawrence basketball after a foul whistle against St. Pierre. That's his second. 6:22 to go, third quarter, 31-18. The lead for the Vikings. Inbounding is Neto. Nice bounce pass in low. Layup won't go, though, for Herron. And here comes St. Pierre. St. Pierre on the move. Through the lane. Lays it up and in. Chris St. Pierre with the layup. It's
wow,
33-18.
I thought there was a foul, too.
And no whistle, but he got the bucket. And now we have an offensive foul in the backcourt against Neto.
Yeah, every time they throw their right arm out to clear some space, or left arm in that case, while they're dribbling, it's an offensive foul.
6:06 to go. Third quarter and a timeout. We'll take a quick 30-second break. You are listening to high school basketball on MBRradio.com and 96.9 The Ox.
From the front office staff to the medical technicians and the doctors, we're all playing on the same team. Discover Spectrum Healthcare Partners and the power of integrated specialty care.
This is the MBR Game of the Week from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. Find the video and audio streams at MBRradio.com. And on the radio side of things, it's the Hammond Lumber CMCC Game of the Week on 96.9 AM 1450. The Mighty Ox and on Sports Time AM here in Maine. Sports Time 780. All right. It's Oxford Hills basketball out of the timeout. It's Chris St. Pierre in the corner for three. Won't go. Rebound secured that time by Braden Ballard. Ballard has to get a lot of rebounds. 6'3" there. The tallest player on the team.
Good rebound.
No doubt about it. Schooler with it. Guarded by Strong. Schooler drives baseline. Takes it hard to the paint. Lays it up and in. Nice move. Isaiah Schooler with the bucket. 33-20 Oxford Hills. 5:39 to go.
Yeah, they cleared out the side for him and let him go.
On the other end, Carson called for a travel. It'll be Lawrence basketball with 5:36 remaining third quarter. Oxford Hills, though, still up by 13. They're up by 9, I believe, at halftime.
Probably not where you want your 6'5" big man out dribbling the ball out there.
Schooler gets it over. They swing it around the perimeter. That's a three from the left wing. It won't go, though, from Robertson. And then the shot's blocked, and here come the Vikings. St. Pierre, no-look feed. And Dietrich's pass deflects right back to him. Lays it up, won't go. Ball still up for grabs. Carson grabs it. Now St. Pierre back to Strong, and here's Lutzka in the right wing. Dietrich gets it in the paint, gets it over to Colton Carson. Carson drives baseline, lays it up, and he's fouled. So Carson to the line for two with 4:57 remaining in the third quarter, and the Vikings leading 33-20. Carson, the University of Maine commit for baseball, only a junior, and of course he's the quarterback for the football team. Free throw is up and good. And a key player for the Vikings here in basketball as well, so he does it all. Just like you, Coach, back in the day, right?
Yeah, good athlete.
Played
very good
sports
athlete
in high school. Dawson Stevens, I believe, is wrestling this winter for the Vikings, one of their key wrestlers. Free throw no good from Carson. Rebound this time by Logan Fortin. Score 34-20. He splits the pair of free throws. Here comes Neto. Neto taking his time. Nice move past Lutzka into the paint. Good feed out to Schooler for three. Got it! Isaiah Schooler with the three, and that's the way Lawrence has to get back in this thing, right?
Yeah, really. They are offensively challenged, and Oxford Hill's defense is very good.
Baseline jumper, looking for the answer. Strong, won't go. Rebound, Neto. Neto ahead for Schooler, but St. Pierre almost stole it. He saves it, but it's back to Lawrence. Saved right in the hands of Gavin Herron, who lines up a three. Back iron, and St. Pierre gets the rebound for the Vikings. Here comes Strong. Strong over to St. Pierre. Great move. Broke some ankles there. Now Dietrich on the baseline. In the paint, Colton Carson using that size. And gets the bucket.
Nice little baby hook there to clear some space and use his height.
36-23 in favor of Oxford Hills. 3:40 to go in the third quarter. It's Herron, top of the key for Lawrence. Now they get out to Neto. Neto will drive on Lutzka. Good ball movement. Good look for three, but it won't go for Herron. Offensive rebound. Now they get it out for three from the other corner from Robertson. That won't go. It ends up going out of bounds.
Off Carson, I believe.
So it should still be Lawrence basketball as Oxford Hills brings in three subs at once. Doucette's in, along with Record. As inbounding for Lawrence is Neto. Hunter Labassiere is in as well. They get it in now for Logan Fortin. They get it over top of the key for Schooler. Schooler drives to his left, outside for Fortin, and he traveled.
Well, he should have just taken the jumper. He had it, and it was a good feed from Schooler.
3:11 to go, third quarter. Oxford Hills leads 36-23. Inbounding the ball for the Vikings here. Or trying to get it in. Well, it's Labassiere. It goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Lawrence basketball. Couldn't find anyone. So now, Isaiah Schooler will inbounds for the Bulldogs. Trailing by 13. 3:09 to go, third quarter. Schooler lobs it in, and they get it into Neto. Neto guarded closely by Doucette. Neto now on the take into the paint. trying to find somebody, gets it out for Schooler. Schooler will drive. Nice pass, 15-footer from the baseline, won't go for Fortin.
Nice box out by Fortin.
Here come the Vikings. Up ahead they go, and the layup good for Labassiere. The senior with the layup, 38-23 Vikings, 2:45 to go third quarter. Outside they go for Robertson. He'll try to answer for three, and Nick Robertson, one of their sharp shooters from outside, does answer from the left wing, 38-26.
They got to get in the ball more.
Yeah, really. He's been great from outside. We got a foul here near the half-court line. It's going against Lawrence. 2:30 remaining third quarter. Vikings lead 38-26. Record will inbounds for Oxford Hills in front of the scorer's table. Gets it in now for Doucette in the corner. Back to Record. Record. The swing on the perimeter. St. Pierre from deep left wing. Rattles out. And the rebound secured by Fortin. Here comes Schooler across the half-court line to the top of the key. Schooler looking to drive, but he carried it. Sometimes you want to get a little fancy with the way you try to attack.
Well, you know, they watch them on the NBA where they lean one way and then they bring it totally over. It's definitely a carry, but it's never called in that league.
Those guys are also the greatest athletes in the world.
Yep, they are.
So they get a little more leeway sometimes, perhaps.
Except my wife says they don't need any leeway. They're that good. They don't need it.
It'd be a less fun game, though. Lutska over right wing for Strong. They get it over the elbow for, that was Ajayi. Now they get it back to Doucette. Doucette being pressured near the three-point line. Gets over to Strong in the corner. Strong drives baseline. Now dribbles it back out for Doucette. And Strong will reset beyond the three-point arc. 1:45 to go in the third quarter. Vikings up by 12 and with the basketball. Strong on the drive. Off-balance shot won't go. Fortin doing a good job rebounding right now for the Bulldogs. He's got that height there at 6'3". Schooler nearly traveled, but no call in the paint. Outside for Pomerleau. Pomerleau in the corner now. They go for Dupree. Back to Pomerleau. And his pass stolen by Strong. Strong with the pick, and he lays it up, and it won't go. Good break there. He had a wide open look. Schooler will push it across the half-court line. Behind the back dribble. Now he'll bounce, pass it down low. Layup won't go from Fortin, and the rebound secured by Strong.
Lawrence got to make those if they want to get back in this ball game.
So it's Yannick Lutska driving with the left hand. Now he'll dribble back to the right. Get it over to St. Pierre with 48 seconds to go third quarter. Vikings up 38-26.
Looks like they're going to try to hold as long as they can.
St. Pierre will drive. Oh, out of control a little bit, and his pass stolen by Dupre. And here comes Robertson, who's been very good today, but this time offensive foul. I thought they might get him for traveling, but they called a foul on him. 32.3 seconds to go, third quarter. 38-26 to score in favor of the Vikings, who are looking for their first win of the season at 0-2 on the year against two great opponents, of course, Everett Little and Portland. Lawrence coming into this game 2-1 on the season, but a tough loss to Hamden last time out. Lutska gets it in for Record.
And they are playing upper class here in this game.
Right. Vikings AA, Lawrence Class A. Record will drive on the baseline out to Ajayi just in front of the free throw line. His shot won't go. Carson, the offensive rebound, out to St. Pierre. Now Record in the right wing. Record looking for some options.
Coach Grafton stamping his feet. He wanted something different.
Now St. Pierre in the corner, and his pass deflects out of bounds, but it'll be Viking basketball with 3 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Just enough time for an out-of-bounds play.
Up by 12. St. Pierre will get it in. Looking for somebody. Lobs it into, well, no one in particular. It goes out of bounds. And no time went off the clock. So now Lawrence gets a chance with 3
Not
seconds.
touched by anybody.
Right. But they don't get to advance the ball, so they'll have to go the full length of the court with 3 seconds here. It's going to be Pomerleau to inbound. He'll get it in to Neto, who is trapped in the backcourt. No chance to get off a shot. St. Pierre heaved one up there after the buzzer. But at the end of 3 quarters, it's 38-26. Vikings on top of the Bulldogs. This is high school basketball on MBRradio.com and 96.9 The Ox.
From the front office staff to the medical technicians and the doctors, we're all playing on the same team. Discover Spectrum Healthcare Partners and the power of integrated specialty care.
All aboard MBR.org, the place to get all your high school and amateur sports news and information. MBR.org is in high gear with Maine high school winter sports. Go to MBR.org to chat about your favorite team. Find the latest articles, travel news, and cancellations. Or visit their all-new and very popular team pages. MBR.org has everything you want to know about high school and amateur sports in Maine. Coming in February, all the high school tournament action at your fingertips 24/7. It's high school sports heaven. All aboard MBR.org.
On the video side of things, this is MBR Game of the Week from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. Fourth quarter has begun, and Oxford Hills just got a turnover. And here come the Vikings on the move on offense. It's Spencer Strong outside for Yannick Lutska. Lutska nearly had it knocked away, gets over to Strong right wing. He'll lob it in, and the pass deflects back to Keniston. And now it's Strong with it again. Here's Chris St. Pierre to slow things down a little bit. 7:11 to go in the game. Vikings lead 38-26 here at home. St. Pierre, left wing for Carson. Carson will drive baseline. His pass goes through the legs of Lutska, but he picks it back up. Now Keniston with it. From the elbow, shot won't go. Off rebound, Carson. His pass stolen, though, by Perrin. Now the ball deflects away and secured by Neto. Perrin with the steal, and we got to Neto, and Neto's shot won't go.
Wow, no call.
Gets it.
I'm not sure what that was.
A little out of control, I guess. Lutska's shot is blocked with authority that time by Herron. The shot won't go from Strong. Carson, the offensive rebound. Now St. Pierre with it. 6:25 to go in the game. Lutska in the corner. It's Strong with it. Picked up his dribble, so he's in a bit of trouble. Gets over to Carson. Long two from just in front of the three-point line at the top of the arc. Misses, and the rebound secured by Herron. Bringing it up is Neto. Right wing for Robertson, who's knocked out a couple threes. Nice pass, down low, layup, good. Gavin Herron, 6'1" junior guard with a bucket for Lawrence. 10-point ball game with 5:50 to go.
They whittled it down, little by little.
Strong, we're looking for the answer on the run. Shot won't go, ball deflected around. Colton Carson hard to stop, but end up turning it over, but they turn it over right back. St. Pierre now for three, won't go. Rebound this time secured by Fortin. That could have been a huge three from St. Pierre.
Yeah, really, and Fortin another rebound.
Now Neto with it for the Bulldogs. His pass over to Herron. That's Robertson from the left wing, and he knocks it down. Here come the Bulldogs. 7-point game, 5:20 to go.
Wow, that baby was a 4-pointer, wasn't it? That was out there.
A high arcing three. Nick Robertson having himself a game right now for Lawrence. Now St. Pierre with it. Gets it over for Keniston. It's Carson on the drive. His layup good. Colton Carson just hard to stop there on offense.
Yeah, Lawrence quite a few times he was just trying to draw a charge instead of playing defense.
40-31 now. 9-point lead for the Vikings. It's Neto with it. Looking for some options. Gets it over now for Martin Hasey into the game. His pass on the baseline. That jumper rattles off the rim from Herron. And here comes Strong for the Vikings across the timeline with 4:32 to go. Strong gets into the lane, and his shot rolls in. Wasn't pretty. He
Ugly.
Almost lost it.
Ugly.
Got the bucket.
They still count it.
42-31. 4:20 to go in the game. Vikings back up by 11 after having their lead whittled to 7, and now Lawrence wants a timeout with 4:16 to go. Quick 30-second break. This is high school basketball on MBRradio.com and 96.9 The Ox.
Winter People Athletics creates custom athletic apparel, including team uniforms and spirit wear. They support team sports programs by offering a variety of clothing and other merchandise which can be personalized with team logos, player numbers, and names, and various other options. They can also provide innovative custom screen printing and embroidered apparel to create fun and engaging fan and booster items to sell for your team fundraising efforts. Call Steve Haynes, Athletic Apparel Consultant, at 207-869-6019 or online at winterpeople.com.
This is the MBR Game of the Week from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. Find the video and audio streams at MBRradio.com. And on the radio side of things, it's the Hammond Lumber CMCC Game of the Week on 96.9 AM 1450, the Mighty Ox, on Sports Time Maine, AM 780. Aaron Morse alongside Coach Dave Wing, Oxford Hills and Lawrence boys basketball. 4:12 to go in the game. Vikings up 42-31, Lawrence with the ball. It's Ballard handling initially. Now they're swinging around the perimeter for Nadeau. On the drive, off-balance shot, won't go. He tried to drive all the way over the right block, couldn't get to go, and Carson the rebound.
We were always taught to use the backboard on that.
Here comes Strong. His pass knocked away by Ballard and picked up by Nadeau. Nadeau looking for Robertson. He's been hot from deep, but he travels. Viking ball, 3:38 to go. Well, they said he traveled.
That was their favorite call. That was their favorite call in the tournament last year. Pick up the dribble, start, travel.
42-31. Vikings up with 3:38 to go. Vikings with the ball. They get it in for Colton Carson. Carson looking to drive baseline. Picks up his dribble, gets it outside. Wide open. Record will take a few steps in. Fire from the free throw line and knock it down. Garrett Record with a big shot. 44-31. Vikings back up by 13. 6-0 run here since they had their lead whittled to 7. So it's Lawrence ball trying to get an answer here. It's Robertson from 3. He's been hot. Misses back iron. Rebound. Lutska. And here comes St. Pierre for Oxford Hills. With 3 minutes to go, the Vikings up by 13. Colton Carson in the paint. Shot up, won't go. Offensive rebound, Diedrich. Outside they go for a Record. Now they're swinging around Lutska right wing. Lutska on the drive. Down low, Diedrich. Lays it up and in. Will Diedrich, the junior 6-footer, with the bucket. Oxford Hills, 8-0 run.
Starting to stretch it back out again.
Up by commanding 15 now. From the right wing, 4-3. Back iron, no good from Heron. Offensive rebound. And the putback by Ballard won't go. Carson the board. Here come the Vikings. Oh, nice move by Record. Passes defender. Pull up. Little floater. Won't go from 6 feet. And the rebound, Diedrich. His putback won't go. The rebound secured by Heron. And then that pass knocked away by St. Pierre. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Bulldog ball. 2:08 to go, but the crowd loves Chris St. Pierre's effort there on defense.
Good hustle, except I thought he stepped out of bounds before he touched it, so that would have negated it anyway.
And losing the dribble that time was Robertson. He was just trying to do too much in a tie-up. Possession arrow favors Oxford Hills.
Good hustle by both teams. Both these teams play defense. They have 46 points and only giving up 31 points. That's great defense.
46-31, Vikings on top. 1:59 to go in the game. Lutska will inbounds. Gets it all the way in for St. Pierre, who just barely goes out of bounds as he was trying to secure the loose ball. It passed a little bit over his head. He got a hand on it and just couldn't quite reel it in bounds. So it'll be Bulldog ball. It's Nadeau with it. His pass on the baseline, that jumper is good for Adam Dupre. And another timeout taken by the Bulldogs. We'll take a quick 30-second break. 46-33, Oxford Hills on top, 1:43 to go in the game. This is high school basketball on MBRradio.com and 96.9 The Ox.
Our goal here at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to raise your program or group the most amount of money possible in the shortest amount of time, hassle-free.
Over the last 3 years, we've been able to raise over $10,000 every year, which has really allowed us to get the extra stuff the kids really need to run a successful program.
One of our biggest goals at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to really develop a relationship on the ground with the coaches, the community, and the boosters that are involved, and help bring them together and understand how important it is to fundraise.
Aaron Morse, Coach Dave Wing here at Oxford Hills Comprehensive High School. Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. Vikings up by 13. Colton Carson gets into the paint. Minute 30 to go. Nice pass to Strong just in front of the free throw line. His shot won't go. Carson the offensive rebound. He draws the foul. Carson won't even know if he's getting free throws out of this. And they're talking that over right now. Was the foul on the floor or not?
It's a debate right now.
A minute 30 remaining in the game.
We're going to talk it over.
Oxford Hills up 46-13. Aaron Morse alongside Coach Dave Wing. If you're listening on the radio, this is the Hammond Lumber and CMCC Game of the Week on 96.9 and AM 1450. The Mighty Ox. Now, Sports Time, AM 780.
Guess they are going to...
Shooting foul. Free throws for Colton Carson. First one for the three-sport star for the Vikings. Too strong. Lutsko will check back in for Oxford Hills. You'll be seeing Colton Carson play baseball not only this spring, but next spring, and then 4 more springs for the University of Maine after that. Free throw good as well. Puts them 47-33. Here comes Nato. Top of the key, Robertson for 3. Banks it in. Well, when you're hot, you're hot. He's knocked down a bunch of those today. This time, though, I'm not sure he called bank on that one. Another timeout called by Lawrence. Do they have any timeouts? The 3 was good. There was a whistle, though, afterwards. Technical foul.
Calling a technical. I don't think they have a... They
didn't have any more timeouts, so you get a tech? Is that what that was?
Yes.
40, little Chris Webber.
So they would shoot and then get the ball.
So it's 47-36 after the 3, but I think Lawrence may have just called a timeout that they did not have. At least that's what I'm speculating based on the fact that they got a technical foul.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question.
So Chris St. Pierre will get the technical foul shot.
2.
Gets 2. First one. No good. And he'll get one more. Minute 22 remaining, 47-36. Vikings pretty much in command. Although another 3 that time by Nick Robertson. Who's really going to be a...
Boy, I don't know how many points he has, but he's been outstanding.
St. Pierre splits the free throws, so it's 48-36 Vikings. And they get the ball as well. Yeah, I thought Lawrence had called a number of timeouts in this game. We were taking some breaks.
Seems like a lot.
They get into Colton Carson, now back to St. Pierre. He'll lob it up for Strong. Robertson almost got it. Strong, nice bounce pass down low, and Keniston has it knocked away, but it'll still be Oxford Hill's ball, it appears. Who's going to inbound it? It's going to be Record to inbound it. A minute 15 to go in the game. Oxford Hill's up 48-36. Gets it in for Strong. Robertson tried to steal it, but it goes out of bounds.
Good hustle.
Robertson had to slow himself down before he ran to the wall there. Not a whole lot of room between the baseline and the wall.
Not like some of the old gyms. When you took a layup, you could pancake right against the wall.
Records pass deflected out of bounds. It'll still be Oxford Hill's ball. Minute 14 remaining. Up 48-36. Lob in for Colton Carson. With the post up his defender. Has it knocked away, recovers on the baseline. Over to Keniston. Keniston has it stolen though. And then Doucette nearly took it back, but Lawrence gets it. So here come the Bulldogs. They'll have to fire away from 3, and they knock it down. From the left wing that time, it was Nato with the 3.
I'm sure he'd like to call a timeout, but he doesn't have any.
Right, 48-39 now. And here comes Strong. He almost has it stolen, but he recovers. Over to Record, right
They need
wing.
to spread it out and slow it down here a little bit.
Now they'll hand it off, or they almost were handing it off. Strong, a high arcing pass, stolen away. That time by Schooler. Schooler on the drive. Layup won't go, though. And the rebound from Strong, and that should do it with 30 seconds to go. He gets fouled.
Wow, that bucket would have made it closer, wouldn't it?
It would have made it a little more interesting. 48-39, though. Vikings still up by 9. Second half has been pretty even. And now Lawrence will make wholesale subs with 30 seconds left. I don't know. I might leave the starters in. 9 points down. You've seen crazier things.
Give Robertson
perhaps
a chance to shoot a couple threes.
Yeah, but Robertson, though.
Problem is, he gets one, and then they're just going to run the clock out, I would say.
Easier said than done, though. You can try.
That's right.
You can get steals. But yeah, I think they took Robertson out.
I think it's a little hard when you're used to being a team that just goes for it. Both these teams go for it. They aren't gifted offensively, but they go for it. And the problem is they don't have a backup mechanism. They don't slow it down ever.
Strong misses the front end, so here comes the Bulldogs. It's Jake Patterson with it. And now a pass in the corner. Driving is Dupre. His pass outside, nearly stolen. And 13 seconds left. They had to get a shot up, obviously, way earlier than this. Dupre will dribble now with 8 seconds. Now he'll drive. Dupre all the way to the hoop. Lays it up and in. So it's 48-41. The final score is going to be a 7-point win for the Vikings. 48-41. They actually get outscored in the second half by Lawrence, but in the end, it doesn't matter. Oxford Hills gets their first win of the year. The Vikings now 1-2 on the season. Lawrence falls to 2-2 on the year. And Coach, they basically said they gave up with 30 seconds left, down 9. They brought in the reserves, but
I think
it will have taken a miracle, I think. But.
Well, I guess you're looking at two things: a long year, and this gets the young kids a chance to get in the varsity game. Although a couple of those guys had already played, but you do definitely send a signal that we're tossing in the towel. I'm not sure they could have made any difference anyway.
Well, once he realized he had no timeouts left, that was kind of like, oh, now what do I do? But so Oxford Hills, we expected them to get the win because they are the higher class. But
I think
Lawrence,
they played great defense. That defense will hold them in good stead. I think offensively, neither one of these teams are very gifted. I think Robertson certainly is a great shooter, but what you need is somebody that can penetrate and then get him the ball in the wing for him to shoot. And they didn't do that very well. Part of that was due to Oxford Hills' defense. I think Oxford Hills' defense, like I said early, they cut down the passing lanes. They got a hand on the ball. I did think, again, I don't want to go down a rabbit hole, but I thought the officials were a little inconsistent. They called some ticky-tack stuff early, and I think there was a lot of contact underneath the basket. Now, I suppose you could make the case if that's the way it's going to be called, then it's the same for both teams. But I thought there was a lot of banging around and not many calls. And, you don't want it to get to be a free throw-a-thon, but by the same token, it says basketball. And but overall, good win for Oxford Hills. I'm sure if you ask Coach Graffam, he'll say we'll take it. And even Lawrence, I think playing upper class, probably not the way they wanted the outcome to be, but I think they played fairly decent.
And so kind of an odd scheduling quirk, Oxford Hills plays again tomorrow.
Well, that's because they're moving the game from Friday.
Weather changes, right? This game was supposed to be yesterday, and tomorrow's game was supposed to be Friday. And instead, one got moved forward and one gets moved back.
And that one tomorrow is a boys and girls doubleheader.
Right, and we'll have it on the Ox.
And we will be there.
At Freiburg, right?
At Freiburg, and that's interesting. That's another one playing upper class. So
we'll have the girls and boys games on 96.9, the Ox, tomorrow evening. So
I think the pregame is at 5. The pregame's at 5, I think, and game starts at 5:30, I believe.
We need to do a Bessie Motors Player of the Game for Oxford Hills.
Oh, boy.
Bessie Motors Player of the Game. Well, I think, Colton Carson was just too much down the post. He was getting rebound after rebound after rebound. St. Pierre takes a ton of shots, and he made a few of them. But I thought Carson was just the difference in terms of just his pure height.
Yeah, I can go on with that.
So, congratulations, Colton Carson, our Bessie Motors Player of the Game. Get a free pizza from Doe's in South Paris. So we're going to sign off, and, of course, we're looking forward to bringing you tomorrow's game on the Ox, tomorrow's doubleheader.
On the radio side.
On the Ox, on the radio side. So make sure 96.9, the Ox, tomorrow evening, 5 o'clock pregame. Thanks to Tyler on site, running the video camera for MBR. Thanks to Maddie B for helping us get set up. And thanks to Tyler back in studio, a different Tyler, running the board
confusing
here today. But he's Coach Dave Wing. I'm Aaron Morris signing off. Once again, Oxford Hills gets a 7-point victory over Lawrence here on this Wednesday evening on a game rescheduled from yesterday because of some travel issues, with the Vikings getting their first win of the season, looking for number 2 tomorrow. 48-41, Oxford Hills winners here today. Have a great rest of your evening.